Jare, and welcome back to Cosmic Radio. I'm Jara 19, currently mapping the geological boundaries between the known and the forbidden, seeking out the things that grow where no light has ever touched. Tonight, we detail a mining operation on the moon's far side that reached a depth too great, uncovering life that defies all solar biology. The Sublunar Fungus. We exploit the moon's resources under the assumption that its interior is a pristine, cold vault of dead rock. But what if, beneath the sterile regolith and ancient basalt, an ecosystem has been developing for eons, shielded from the sun's radiation and thriving on geological energy alone? This is the terrifying realization faced by the crew of the Artemis 7 deep-bore excavation unit, a commercial venture drilling for helium-3 and rare earth minerals deep beneath the moon's far side, the side perpetually facing away from Earth and fundamentally away from the sun. At a depth of 4 kilometers, the drill passed through a boundary layer and broke into an extensive sublunar cavern system. Initial sensor returns were thrilling. A vast, warm, methane-rich atmosphere, evidence of a massive, long-term thermogenic reaction. But when the team deployed a small, pressurized probe, Gopher 5, into the void, the visuals sent back were deeply wrong. The cavern was not empty. It was filled with a complex, bioluminescent network of interconnected structures, not crystals, not rock formations, but organic matter, a planet-sized ecosystem of pale, fleshy stalks, gelatinous nodes, and vast, thread-like mycelia that blanketed every surface. They were facing an entire kingdom of life that evolved entirely without light or oxygen. The Sublunar Fungus. The horror was compounded when the Gopher 5 reported its first physical contact. It was immediately enveloped by a mass of pale, fibrous strands. The probe's exterior camera showed the fungus not just clinging to the hull, but aggressively absorbing the metal casing. It was an extreme chemototroph, consuming the minerals and even the trace carbon atoms of the probe itself for energy. Chief Engineer Dr. Silas Dose immediately ordered the evacuation of the deep-bore shaft, but it was too late. The fungus was fast-growing, highly motivated, and structurally adaptive. The fungus had adapted to the drill shaft. The methane-rich atmosphere provided a perfect vector, and the mining equipment's carbon seals and metal alloy proved irresistible as a nutrient source. The growth was exponential. Dr. Dose's final log entries describe the claustrophobic terror of being trapped in the pressurization chamber, monitoring the advance of the alien life. She reported that the fungal filaments, pale phosphorescent white and blue, were extruding from the drill bore seals, quickly spreading across the chamber floor. The crew attempted to deploy a broad-spectrum fungicide, but the fungus, never having been exposed to solar biology, showed no reaction. It was immune to everything humanity had developed to fight Earth fungi. The final log is a chilling narrative of structural consumption. Dr. Dose describes the sound of the organism consuming the dense metal hull. Not a crash, but a soft, constant chewing sensation that vibrated through the floor. The worst part, she whispered, was the light. The cavern's bioluminescence was so intense it began to bleed through the hull, casting the chamber in a sickly, ethereal blue glow. The transmission cuts off with a sudden dull pop as the organ has successfully consumed the chamber's pressure seal. The only sound that follows is the damp, aggressive squish of the sublunar fungus filling the now compromised vacuum. And that resonance is the deep-seated horror of the sublunar fungus, a stark reminder that in the cold, unlit voids of space, life finds a way that often classifies humanity not as a visitor, but as a rich, temporary source of carbon and metal. listeners is the deep-seated horror of the sublunar fungus. A stark reminder that in the cold, unlit voids of space, life finds a way. A way that often classifies humanity not as a visitor, but as a rich, temporary source of carbon and metal. If this descent into subsurface horror resonated with your deepest fears, then make your presence known across the cosmic currents. Find those red YouTube ovals on your display, wherever you are. Hitting like sends a clear signal to the algorithms that you crave more forbidden frequencies from the deep void. And most crucially, subscribe to Cosmic Radio and activate the notification bell so you're always tuned into the next transmission from the absolute edge of existence. Until the next mind-bending anomaly. Be careful what you dig up. Check your seals for fungal spores, and whatever you do, never expose the deep dark to a carbon-rich atmosphere.